and welcome back. We are on the road to 2026. This is your Sports Zone. My name is Tony Andrade, and on this occasion, we are going to cover a group that is very even. It is also very physical, and it's going to play under a lot of pressure, like most of these groups. But we're talking about Group D, United States, Australia, Paraguay, and Turkey. Making up Group D, we have a national team that is hosting, that is obligated to respond. We have a South American team that returns to the world stage with a lot of hunger. We have an Australian team that is always disciplined, it's always competitive. And Turkey returns to the World Cup with some memories of some outstanding World Cup appearances. It's Group D on this road to 2026. It is not the group with the biggest names in the tournament, but it could be one of the most uncomfortable. It's a group that includes some teams with some very distinct styles, also very intense teams, and some matches that could very well be decided by the smallest of details. So those details are going to matter. Let's kick it off with the United States, the Stars and Stripes. They are a host team, and so they have something more to prove. They can't just participate in this World Cup. They're playing at home, and they have to at least show some kind of growth. In their World Cup 2022 performance in Qatar, they made it to the round of 16 playoffs, but they left America feeling like there needed to be one more step. And now that the generation has matured a little bit, some of the U.S. players are playing in Europe. The demand is growing. So for the United States to come out in this World Cup and just participate and continue to say we are growing is not going to work. The United States has an opportunity in this World Cup to show the world that this sport is not the future in the United States. It's the present. Now that's pressure. Next up on the list is Paraguay. Paraguay, El Albiroja, returns to the World Cup after having participated in 2010 South Africa when they made it to quarterfinals. Paraguay has always been a tough team. They're tough on defense. They're a very intense and emotional team, and they're capable of competing with just about anybody if they can find the confidence. With Gustavo Alfaro at the helm, Paraguay has restored order on the team. They've built some character, and they've got a tougher, competitive mentality. So they don't arrive at this World Cup as a favorite. They arrive with a hunger. And a South American team from CONMEBOL with hunger and confidence in the World Cup cannot be taken lightly. So let's keep an eye on Paraguay in Group D. Up next is Australia, the Socceroos, coming back to the World Cup. This team is no longer a surprise. We know that this team is accustomed to competing. They have suffered, and they will fight till the end. In the 2006 World Cup, they made it to the round of 16. In the 2006 World Cup, Australia made it to the final 8. In Qatar 2022, they made it to the final 16. So this team is no surprise. They play a very orderly and organized style of football. They put a lot of pressure on their opponents. They play very direct football. They have a collective discipline that is really scary to play against. So Australia may not be the team with the most sparkle in the World Cup, but they have something that holds a lot of weight. They are hard to break. It's a very solid, even team, and that makes them a dangerous opponent. So let's wrap up Group D with Turkey. The Crescent Stars, returning to the World Cup for the first time since 2002, South Korea, Japan. If you remember, Turkey was the third place team in the World Cup in 2002. So now they return with a new generation, talent, intensity, and a lot of pride. Turkey could be one of the teams that is the most unpredictable in Group D. If Turkey gets off to a good start, they could complicate a lot of plans in Group D and beyond. So that's the way Group D shapes up. The pressure of being a host country for the United States, Paraguay returning with a lot of hunger. They want to be competitive in this World Cup like they have been in the past. Australia with their experience and their discipline, and Turkey with that tremendous history and that tremendous showing in 2002. A new generation of players, but that same pride and that same commitment that Turkey always plays with. So Group D is a very even group, but that's what makes it so dangerous. Just one red card could flip the entire group on its head. A last minute goal here, a draw there. So Group D, four very even teams with the same goal. Get out of that group stage and make some noise in the elimination rounds. Thanks for tuning in. Let's continue on the road to 2026. Coming up next is Group E. I'm Tony Andrade. Subscribe, like, share with your friends. Until next time, be a good sport.